when these kids are eating popcorn on the couch, I'm like, put it in a bowl. You know, like crunching pretzels into the carpet. A lot of being like, oh, it's so young, kids will be kids. And in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna hit you. Your parents don't hit you, but we're gonna start.
Don't let doubt enter your mind. Seek and ye shall find. Hit it hard like a bad girl. Power on. Hit it hard like a bad girl. Get it done.
Hey!
Hello!
Welcome to Breathe If You Agree.
Welcome back. Today we have an incredibly special guest, an actor, a writer, a movie star, the funniest people. The funniest person.
I was gonna say one of is not really.
Funniest person I've ever met. Welcome to the table, Caleb Hearon.
Yay! Welcome.
Welcome.
So excited to be here.
It's been a while.
Obviously, it's off to a rocky start with one of. That was a tough. That was a tough thing to hear.
We're actually gonna have to scrap the whole. We're gonna get a message from your agents being so you need to put that in the trash.
My lawyers, no, babe, my lawyers. We're skipping the agents.
Cease and desist immediately.
Take that down.
Yeah. Well, how are you?
I'm good.
It's good to be back with you.
I know. We dated for 2 years.
Yes, exactly.
And you were toxic, but I was healthy.
Yeah.
And that's how it ended.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good to be back at this table. We can talk about all of our. This entire episode is going to be about trauma.
It's good to be back at the table. And the kids are doing great, by the way. Not that
thank
you asked.
Yeah. How many were there again?
Of three.
Three.
Yeah.
I forgot about the third one.
I know, which is crazy because you carried.
Yeah.
That's actually nuts.
Yeah. I was drunk the whole time. So I don't remember.
Fuck. Then it shows. Then it shows.
Oh, well, welcome back to. You're not living here.
In Los Angeles,
Where have you
California.
been?
Everyone hates this about me and is not having fun with this. I have a place in Kansas City, but I have a place in LA as well. And I rent in LA, don't worry. Yeah. But I go back and forth.
Yeah, well, because you're playing football for Kansas City.
Yeah, I
right?
play for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Congratulations.
Have you met Taylor?
Thank you. No, I'm focused on the game, brother.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, distraction.
Yeah.
No,
Women.
Yeah. Wow. No, being in the NFL as a gay guy is, I would say, perfect.
Yeah.
And I just love it over there. I love the sport.
Well, you also perform the halftime show too.
Yeah.
You do it all.
Yeah.
I do it all. And people are really scared to talk about that.
Right.
No, why they should not be.
There's a culture of fear around how much I do.
Yeah.
People are scared. I'm a father.
Yes.
It's just so we can actually get up to date on where we are in the episode. I'm a father. I'm an NFL player. I'm bi-coastal to the Midwest / LA. And I'm a performer.
And don't forget, one of the funniest people.
One of. Oh, it's a big list for Nick, but I just cracked the top something.
That may or may not change today. We'll see. Well, thank you for coming on our podcast, but you also and your podcast. How could you leave out the fact that you're a podcast host?
Well, I'm a podcast host. When you do as much as I do, it does
like
get hard to. No, I'm a podcast host. What'd you say?
I said to remember. It's hard to remember everything. So multifaceted.
I'm multifaceted. I actually was just joking to my friend the other day. I was like, everyone's a multi-hyphenate now, and yet no one's good at anything. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Everyone calls themselves like, I'm a multi-hyphenate. I'm like, maybe pick one. Because you're kind of throwing a lot of beans in a lot of baskets.
You should probably focus on one of those so that you could get the others going.
Maybe you don't have the talent to be 5 things. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just like, let's look at all of the evidence and let's just maybe focus up, you know?
Do you watch Drag Race?
I've never seen it.
Oh, there's one. Bianca Del Rio says to a contestant once, she's like, quickly, name something you're good at.
I love quickly.
Fast.
Quickly, right now. Don't delay.
And it was a long pause.
Yeah,
It was
I'm sure.
awesome.
I'm sure. Well, that being put on the spot like that, you're like, well, I'm a dancer, a poet. There's too many things people could be now.
I get myself in so much trouble because I hang out with a lot of drag queens, and many of them have been on Drag Race, and so they'll sometimes like reference something to me, and they'll be like, "Oh, of course, season 6," and I'm like, "Honey, I don't know."
Yeah, you're like, I've lost.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, what? Actually, I did like 2 nights ago. I did a show in San Francisco, and the drag queen Princess Poppy.
Yeah, love. Oh my gosh.
Jonah, she messaged me and was like, "Can I come?" And I was like, "Yes, of course." And I knew her only from the internet. I didn't even know she was on Drag Race. I just knew she was a drag queen, and she was talking to me afterwards, and she was like, "I'm retired from drag," and I was like, "You're like 23. What? You can't be this jaded. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, basically." So of course, everyone in the room knew all the lore.
Yeah.
She's like, "I got eliminated second, which is worse than first," and it was like embarrassing. And then I dressed as a goblin for the Emmys, and the whole time I was listening, I was like, "What the is going on in drag? Why are you a goblin at the Emmys?" I was obsessed.
It's so amazing because online she like trolls. So I think that was like part of the. I don't know. That's what I took from it. She was like a troll at the. And everybody's like, who is that and why are they here? But Princess Poppy, I I adore.
I
And
also have. I'm sorry.
amazing Instagram to follow. Really
great
funny
Instagram.
content. Yeah,
Great
really
Instagram.
I also like I need to watch Drag Race more. I've seen like episodes here and there, and I know some of the more famous queens. Other than that, I'm just not very well versed in it. But so whenever I meet a new drag queen, I'm like, is it derogatory to be like, oh, are you on Drag Race? I'm just always
It
like,
is. You should never ask.
Yeah,
that.
I know.
You're like,
I'm
are
just
you
like, yeah.
on Drag
I'm like,
Race?
are you?
Yeah.
You wear the yeah. No, but I always because I feel like it's but I never do. I don't ask.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh my god, she's such a queen, and I'm like,
Well, you shouldn't because it doesn't equate to their success as a
Oh,
drag
no, not at
queen,
all. Not at
being
all.
on
To
the
me, it
show.
does.
no, not at
To me, it does.
Yeah.
If you weren't on Drag Race, take that wig off, bitch.
Well, there need to be
Okay,
more
well,
seasons.
I'll throw away all my wigs.
yeah, I'm like, get out of here. No, my favorite drag queens are actually queens in Chicago that are just doing the silliest, weirdest shit. Like, do y'all know Dairy Queen?
I mean, I know the Dairy Queen.
I know the Blizzard.
Yeah,
The
Blizzards.
Yeah, the up and
The
down.
frosted-
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Frosted sugar cookie one is so
By the way,
good.
oh my god, Dairy Queen is a drag queen in Chicago, and she's so like she just posted a number that she did recently where she was Roz, the paperwork animal from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's like
Yeah,
declined.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
I'm always what?
Literally full like slug suit. And she's just on stage like declining
way.
papers with a
No
bid.
way.
I'll show it to you later, but
Yeah.
that is my drag. I like weird ass drag.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me. Yesterday night, I was peeing and I saw something on the like edge of the wall, and it was a slug in my bathroom. But I didn't move it because I was like, I don't know what it. I don't know what it would do. And then I was like, maybe I'll do it in the morning. I'll see how far it went.
Yeah.
Sorry, off topic. But I never checked back. So I wonder
gone?
if it's there. No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I
It
hope
turned
it's
into a
still
drag
there.
queen.
But talking about slugs. But
Yeah, it's actually
was a
on
whole
Drag
bit.
Race. It just won All Stars.
Congratulations to that slug.
Rue loves you, girl.
yeah.
But did you live in Chicago?
I did. So I grew up in Missouri, went to college in Missouri. Let's just get all my lore out
Yeah,
of the way.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
And then, I moved to Chicago to start doing comedy.
I love that.
Yeah.
I grew up in Chicago as well.
Oh my God. And
Yeah.
I know your Chicago
Yeah.
history. Where did you grow up?
I was in Naperville until 8th grade.
Thank you.
And then I was in Bucktown for high school. So
Thank
like
you.
Damon, Milwaukee, and North.
Thank you. Something powerful about Naperville is that when I was doing shows in Chicago and I needed, like every Chicago comedian has a Chicago suburb that they reference as
Right.
a bit.
Uh-huh.
Like they just have one locked away. Like that, you always know, like, oh, that guy does Schaumburg. Like
Oh,
it just,
yeah,
you will
yeah.
have one. Mine was always Naperville.
I love that.
My
Yeah.
mom's from Naperville.
Oh my
She was
God.
born and raised.
This is so powerful.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
this is amazing. This is the connection right here.
Let's shut down production right now.
Let's go to
Let's
Naperville.
go to Naperville.
Let's go to
Yeah.
I don't even know what Naperville is famous for. My mom went to like a Catholic school
Homophobia.
there.
I don't know. That was my
Homophobia.
experience.
Yeah.
No, but for real.
But for real, that was for me, but I would never go back.
And you know, my mom is just a huge homophobe.
No, well, Dawn, yeah.
No, it's not.
She actually
she just
slashed
doesn't
my
like you.
tires.
Yeah.
She's been very cool to me.
Yeah.
You're gay?
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Do you want to say it right into the camera right there?
Are there any producers that can like hop in right now while we talk about this?
Yeah.
I am gay. Yeah, it's I didn't not sexually. I just noticed culturally that it was really on trend.
Yeah.
and so I hopped on to make money.
Yeah.
and I think the second it starts to go downhill, which might be soon, I'll go back to straight.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
But it is a choice after all. You know?
Yeah.
It's a choice, and money is money, and I'm here to get paid.
Yeah. Gay for pay goes very far back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
I'm gay
always-
for pay, not in the way where people watch me have sex, but in the way where people like to watch me go, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
And they're like, slay mom.
They're like,
bye."
"Slay."
Yeah. They literally pay to just be like, you're such a queen,
Oh my
baby
God,
girl.
bitch.
Boots.
Boots.
Whatever that may mean.
Literally-
I'll tell you, you look cunt for $20 right now.
Just literally walking up to a gay person and being like, boots.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm in a bad relationship. What do I do, honey?
Honey, boots.
Honey.
I had a girl at a show the other night that I don't remember, maybe it was like DC. We were like asking who's in a relationship, and she was like, I am, he's a narcissist, I need to break up with him. And we were like,
yeah,
break
yeah.
up with him. And she messaged us the night, on stage, we were like, break up with him.
Yeah.
She messaged us the next day and she's like, I did it, I feel so free.
Oh.
And we were like, okay, why is that what it seems?
All you needed was to say it out loud. Like, we didn't really do much.
Yeah, I'm happy to help.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I feel like I do see a lot of like TikTok like things like with that where someone's like, like I hate my boyfriend, and they're like, where is he? And he's right next to her.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you do wrong? He's like, oh, I don't really know. I don't know. And they're like, oh my God, what should I do? I'm like, why is this the place? Maybe you should go to therapy.
I don't understand people. A lot of people do this. People
Yeah.
are in relationships with people they genuinely do not like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of obviously straight people. Gay people are not beyond it. But
Yeah.
I'm like, just how do you wake up every day and spend your time with someone you don't like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Like when you're saying to your partner, like, I hate you. It's like, what? Why are you still in the same room
Why are
as
we
them?
doing
Yeah.
it? Like I had this one straight couple friends that were like, they're like, yeah, we fight all the time, but the makeup sex is crazy. And I'm like, you can have crazy sex without hating the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I can help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get the sex
Yeah.
crazy.
When people are like, we hate I'm like, well, you could also just like,
yeah, and you could also hate strangers.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? You don't have to have them in your
Yeah.
home.
Literally.
They don't have to be on the couch.
yeah, it doesn't have to be someone who like does not help around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess
what
it
I'm
would
saying.
be convenience though. I feel like I did that, but that was in college when it was like easier.
Right.
You're
I
like,
was
no,
like-
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I did that in college though because it was like you saw him every day, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, it's easier just to do it. I'm just like, I'm just gonna be with him because I would hate it if he was with somebody else. I'm just gonna be petty and be with him and hate him at the same time.
I want you to know I'm completely addicted to you. I love that you did that. I love that you're being so honest. Oh my God, no, not us. It was me. We were the ones.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We
I'm
all
the
have
one who
history.
carried the baby. You got
Yeah,
it
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
just-
you are a surrogate.
Us gays look alike.
I get so many men pregnant these days. I forget who's carrying and who's not.
No, but that also reminds me of like when someone posts like an anniversary post or a birthday post and they're like, even though like you piss me off and
Yeah.
even though like you make me want to scream sometimes, like I love you, Pookie Bear, and I'm like, why are you telling us this?
On your happiest day of your relationship, you're letting us know that they drive you crazy.
yeah.
Just do the happy part.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on?
Yeah. Oh my God.
but do you like couple on TikTok, like couple TikTok?
Oh, like
Those videos?
people who like make combined
Some of them I do
profiles?
like enjoy though. Sometimes it makes me like inward. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I want that, and then other times I'm like, I'm gonna throw my phone at the
You mean
floor.
like? Do you mean like TikTok couples and stuff like
Yeah.
that?
There is, I will say, there's a TikTok. I think it's a deep state kind of collusion with maybe an Illuminati situation.
Yeah.
There's an image rehab campaign going on for straight men right now, done by their girl partners, where they're doing these little things on TikTok like that,
Yeah.
where they're like, I made him a plate and I made me a much smaller plate, and I'm gonna see what he says.
Yeah.
And then by the way, none of them are good actors.
Yeah.
So he's like, babe, why are you eating so little? And she's like, there just wasn't enough for both of us. He goes, baby, no,
Yeah.
have some of mine. He's like, what the is going on?
Yeah.
Why are you image rehabbing these weird dudes?
I saw one where he's like, babe, no, let's go on a date. And she's like, where to? And he's like, let's go to your favorite place. And then there's this like whole cooked meal that they just leave on the table. I'm like, this is too far. Now you've gone too far. Now I definitely don't believe this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is.
I like the painting ones right now, like
Painting? Like what
where
kind
they're
of painting?
painting each other.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
seen those where they both have a canvas and it starts in the female partner's hands, and they like show. They do like self portraits, like with
Yeah.
painting, and they show it. And usually the girls is really nice and beautiful. And then the guy's like, "Oh my god, it looks so much like you." And they're like, "Okay, take the camera." And they turn around, and it's like
see the
the
picture of
most
the woman.
horrifying
Yeah.
paintings of these
Yeah.
women
Yeah.
that look nothing like them,
Yeah.
and horrible. And then they like hand it to them, and it's just like hilarious.
Yeah.
It's making fun of the guys,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, the
but-
girl's always like, "Oh my god, you're so untalented." it's like the guy, the women put in like really. And by the way,
Really
sometimes
good.
too, they'll be like, "We did this for 2 hours."
Yeah.
and it's I'm not saying that everyone. I probably wouldn't be great behind a canvas either, but it's very much like circle, eye, smiley face, and like hair, and they make their girlfriends look like goblins.
Yeah.
And then the woman's like, "Ha, you're so what the."
It's good laughs though. I like
Yeah, I
that.
know.
It is cute.
It's
Yeah.
cute.
I do. Some couples' content does make me like. I think most of the time I roll my eyes because I'm annoying and cynical. But there is like every maybe like 15th video that I get this pang of like, I need that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that has to be me right
Yeah.
now. I need that.
My first ever TikTok was with a boy. was with my like last boyfriend in 2019.
What were you doing?
We did a dance.
Did TikTok exist in 2000, or was this Musically?
No, it was 2019.
Oh, wow.
Because he introduced me to it,
Okay.
to TikTok.
Oh, well,
before.
thank you.
And we did that dance by, I believe her name is Danielle Cohen.
Okay. Oh,
She had like a Harvard sweater on and like sweatpants, and it was like, it was in this phase, like
yeah.
that thing, and like
Yes,
I don't know, but
that.
it was really fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was a couple content creator at one point, but
we
then
are actually going to make a couple's TikTok after this.
we only made one or maybe two.
You guys need to start doing couples content. When honestly, for the pod, here's my idea for the pod.
Yeah, okay.
You guys, every time you see a cute couples trend that you love,
We do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Like, you guys need to do the painting thing.
We tried posting a video of us doing anal, but it got taken down.
yeah.
Oh, I wonder what. Send it to me.
Yeah.
Send it to me because I know a lot about content moderation.
Yeah.
Send that to me.
probably-
I
edit it
appealed it
differently.
because I was like, this isn't against community guidelines.
Oh, I don't. I guess just send it to me. I'll help you guys out. Make sure the
Totally.
volume's all the way up and send it to me. And I'll check that out.
And by the
great.
way, and also if there are like any additional angles or if it was longer than it was, like you can just send me the full cut.
Yeah,
And,
why don't you guys do a couple more of those kind of videos? Send them to me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's going to get through the...
Well, we'll actually do some content after we finish recording
Yeah,
for
yeah.
our episode as well.
Yeah.
So whatever you want to incorporate, we'd love.
I could totally see you guys doing porn in here.
I would absolutely
By the
love
way,
that.
I imagine that this is what a normal porn studio looks like.
I don't know though. With all this pink, it would probably put my whole to shame.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I only want to in a dark room.
Yeah.
Make the studio black.
Yeah. Well, we can turn the lights off.
One intense light.
Yeah.
I don't know. These cameras though do kind of do magic. So
Yeah.
I don't know. If I was gonna do porn, I would want like these high tech cameras.
That's crazy, because if I was going to do porn, I'd want it shot on a Nokia flip phone. I don't want high definition. Don't
Yeah.
give me 4K.
One of those ones that has like brick breaker, or not even just snake.
Yeah, just the snake game. You're
Yeah.
not going to catch me naked in 4K. Film it on a Texas Instruments calculator. Do not come for me.
That's what's always interesting to me about porn is it's like it's so highly like produced now, and I'm wondering like what the setup is. I would love to be like a fly on the wall
Yeah.
in a porn studio where it's like, okay, place is, everyone 5 minutes, we're gonna go, and
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, now sucking
I enjoy like a more
amateur.
natural.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The best porn is literally some guy holding his cell phone
Yeah.
above, and half the time the angle's like actually just over his shoulder
back,
on
yeah.
a lamp, you know.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
he gets it right again,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That's like these porns now that are like truly like film quality,
Yeah.
like Scorsese directed it.
Yeah.
I'm like, get it out of here.
Yeah, no, it's too much. It seems so fake. It takes me out of it.
Oh my god, they posted a TikTok about this, but I hope they don't mind me saying it. But I
Mm-hmm.
was watching porn recently, and it was this, it was anal sex.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So this guy's giving this other guy back shots, and it's
So casual.
This guy's giving this other guy back shots,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
but I'm keep getting distracted, and I'm like, what am I noticing in this? There's something in the room that is like the aura is like, and then I focus in, and between like the guy's the guy over the bed, and then in between their two bodies, like through the little, I see Claude's album cover. Claude, you know Claude the musician? They're so good. But a friend of mine's album cover hanging on the wall. And by the way, the video was like 2 straight neighbors try it out. I'm like, nobody straight's listening to Claude. You know? So then I'm immediately taken out
Context
of it.
clues, yeah.
And I screenshotted it, and I was like, I don't want to send this to Claude because that could be like harassment, you know? But then I saw them in New York recently, and I was like, stop everything. I have to show you this.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's free advertisement.
It's so funny to me to be like, not even remove the most obvious, like they're like 2 straight guys try it out, and it's like Cher, Claude,
Yeah.
you know, like a tapestry of Nicki Minaj in front of the flag. You know? It's like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
It's like first time, and then it's
Yeah.
like, please, and then it's
Yeah.
like right to it, and you're like,
Yeah, there's like Aesop in the
Okay.
bathroom.
Yeah. First time, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
I
Yeah.
bet.
My first time was that easy too.
Yeah. Wait, so so tell us more about so true, your podcast. Everyone should stream it. It's so funny. It's
good.
so good. How has that process been? Have you been having fun? You've had some great guests.
I had some great guests. Have some really good ones coming up. I'll tell you who they are off camera.
They're not- Beep, beep, beep. Yeah.
Cut this.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun. I had a podcast years ago
With Shelby.
with Shelby.
Yeah.
Called Keeping Records. That was it was super fun, and it was a headgum, and I loved them. And then we ended up like it just kind of fizzled out. But I was wondering if I would ever do a podcast again, and then I was like, I think I want to do one and just do like I want to try and do really good like one-on-one interviews, you know, and not have a co-host, and just like I want to focus on like trying to ask good questions. And I've had so much fun with it. It's out everywhere. Go check it
true.
out.
Yeah.
So True podcast.
Yeah, so
but yeah,
true.
I'm really excited about it.
No, it's very funny. It's so funny. I was listening to your episode with Shelby yesterday.
Yeah.
And Shelby was talking about a guy with Tourette's who came to her high school to speak in their like auditorium, and he kind of had, and how he like it's a motivational speaker, whatever. I had the same guy come to my high school,
Yeah.
and he hid things under our chair that was like at minute 5, stand up and scream this out in front of your entire auditorium. I was not out of the closet yet. I look under my chair and it says at minute 9, stand up and say, I'm a So I screamed that into my high school auditorium. And then, by the way, the best part about this, man,
Would
because
you do
the whole point was like, the whole point of this
You'd be like,
speaker.
switch with me.
I would have just been like, oh, I didn't get one.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't see one.
The whole point of it was to show like what it's like living with Tourette's, yada yada yada. But the best part about him is that did you know that he now, I'm friends with him on Facebook. I added him because I thought he was hot.
buddy.
He is apparently cured from Tourette's because he is one of the still remaining members of Nixium.
Everything you just said.
What's that?
It's the sex cult.
You know
there was
Nixium,
like an
don't you?
HBO documentary.
It's like a big.
It was a big controversy. Bad place.
Oh,
Bad
okay,
place,
word.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah, love it actually.
Yeah.
Word,
Joining
yeah,
it. Yeah.
So unproblematic. You're like, I'm so unproblematic. I don't even know about these things.
Yeah.
Is
And
it still happening?
Nixium, I mean, according to his Facebook status.
I guess according to Nick's Facebook friends.
Is he gay?
No, he wasn't gay, but he did have a gay brother. But I think his gay brother like ousted or like got rid of him because he was like, "You're a Nixium."
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be a family member.
And he wrote on a piece of paper, "I'm a," and put it under your a high school student's chair.
Yeah. It was very. By the way, it
Interesting.
taught me a lot.
That was the universe.
Yeah, that
frankly.
was the
putting you in that
and then
chair.
I came out. That was my coming out.
Yeah,
That
the
was my
universe was
coming
like,
out to the whole
honey,
school.
this guy with Tourette's is gonna help you out.
Yeah.
Did people? What was people's response to that?
Laughing.
Okay.
Lots of laughter.
Sure. Yeah.
It was
kind of a knowing laugh.
Yeah, like oh, yeah, lots of
yeah.
awes. Yeah, it was great. It was a very, very exciting experience for me. That's for sure.
Yeah, being that age and having to yell out anything in
Yeah.
a room can
Yeah.
be so beautiful.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
a school assembly, nonetheless.
Yeah,
This
it was a very weird situation, but honestly, kind of like the performer in me was like, oh my god, I got one, I get to say something, and then I opened it, and it was like,
But what if it said like, I'm a cum guzzling whore who enjoys anal on Wednesdays? You were gonna read that out.
look, I'm always gonna perform.
Gonna
I'm
participate
always
in
gonna
the bit.
perform.
Sickening.
At my high school, like the librarian was she hated my guts.
Yeah.
Because it's always like you're going to do homework, but you're like, and she's
Yeah.
like, this is a library.
Yeah.
This is my job. Her job is to shush.
Yeah. Our librarian was ultimately, I think I would probably like her now. Like she was kind of an iconic,
Yes.
like a surly old woman, kind of a B. Arthur figure. So love.
Love,
Yeah, obsessed.
But she just would she would put her foot in her mouth all the time and we couldn't help but laugh. Like there was this
Flexible.
one time, what'd you say?
She's flexible.
She's flexible.
Yeah. Queen.
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 We had study hall in there, and my friend Justin had like fallen asleep during it, and she was like, she yelled at him. She was like, "Justin, get up, or you'll be sleeping with me after school." And she meant like you'll have detention. But we obviously all were like, it's like,
You're so horny.
come on,
Yeah.
you can't Justin. Just stuff like
You're
that.
sleeping. I'm gonna start using that when
You'll
I
be
get mad
sleeping with
so
me
much.
after
Yeah.
school.
She's like, meet me in the adult fiction section.
She's like, Justin, wake up, or we're gonna. You know. So yeah.
And you better be quiet. No sound being made.
So stupid.
But so high school was Missouri. Were you in Kansas City? Is that like your hometown or?
No, high school, very rural Missouri.
Okay.
And then Kansas City was kind of like, as soon as I got my driver's license, I was like going there all the time.
Okay.
Because I was like, there's gay people there.
Yeah.
And there was like an art house theater that would show movies that my town didn't get.
Okay.
So I was in Kansas City a lot. Then I moved there after high school briefly to work. I worked in politics. And then
Multi-hyphenate.
good at nothing. I worked in politics for a while. And so then I just Kansas City's always kind of been home to
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
What is like life like in Kansas City?
I think Kansas City is beauul. Y'all should come visit me.
Yeah.
Honestly, would
Yeah.
love to.
Come stay at my house.
Yeah, I mean, you have a house. Yep, you have a house.
I have a
Brag.
house.
Brag.
Oh, they're giving them away over there. I say that I keep, because this keeps coming up that I bought a house there, and I keep saying they're giving them away, which is like, obviously I'm like deflecting a little bit, trying to be like, no.
Yeah,
but I need to stop saying that because it's actually very hard for people to buy
Yeah,
homes.
right,
It's like
right.
not a cute thing
Yeah.
to say, and I keep catching myself doing it. Kansas City's lovely. It really, there's a lot of gay people.
Yeah.
People are surprised by this.
I would never have guessed.
People are always like, "Oh my god, why would you be in Kansas City? Isn't it horrible?" I'm like, "No, there's a huge queer
Yeah.
scene. Everybody's lovely and nice. I know all my neighbors. The food, there's great restaurants. Like, there's so much good food. You never have to like beg for a parking spot. Like, it just is like life is really." easy and fun and nice over there.
And you have like a
Sounds
wonderful,
so nice.
you have a wonderful neighbor situation too,
I have
right?
such a great neighbor situation.
Yeah.
I have these two older women live next to me that I absolutely adore, and everybody else on my street is so nice. And Kansas City, my friends, do y'all know Waxahachie and Kevin Morby?
I don't think
They're like indie rock musicians.
Okay.
They live in Kansas City as
Yeah.
well, and we just have a nice little friend group there.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I feel like you also keep bringing up like a lot of really cool musicians, and I'm like, maybe I have the
Have
the
you
most
heard of
basic.
this small indie artist, Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Do you know Beyonce Knowles Carter?
Do they have Beyonce in Kansas City? yeah.
So yeah, about Kansas City, do they do Lady Gaga?
Yeah. Do they come through? Yeah.
No, it's great. It's really it's so nice and lovely. And the really nice thing, honestly, is I go like everybody back and forth to LA and New York so much that I've gotten into this really nice rhythm of like when I have to go from one to the. I hate those 6-hour flights.
They're awful.
I'll just stop over for a couple
Yeah,
days
that's nice.
because it's directly in the middle.
Yeah.
So I'll stop for like 3 days, stay at my house, then go on.
Yeah.
That's
See
so
my mom.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, right. Your mom's there.
My mom's
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Kansas City? Oh, that makes it even more better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's absolutely toxic. If you're watching, yeah. No, I'm kidding. My mom's like my best friend. I love her to death.
Same.
Yeah, she's great, and she lives not far from me, so it's just it's easy.
That's so great.
Yeah.
And going back and forth, like, how do you juggle? Like, are you dating in both cities, or like, because you're traveling a lot? You have so much coming up, which is I'm so excited to keep talking about.
We have a lot.
every
We
project.
still have so much to cover.
So how does that, like, personal life, kind of?
Yeah, well, my love life is just like always the big punchline of my life. You know what I mean? Like everything. I feel like when everything else is going well, my love life will still be a mess. I'm dating. Yeah, I date all the time. I date here. I date in New York, Kansas City. But Kansas City is a little harder because a lot of the gay guys there are either people who went away and they were like a curator at a museum in LA for 20 years and now they're back with their partner raising kids. You know, like that settled kind of thing. Or it's like guys who are like 21 and they go to the Art Institute, you know, or they go to UMKC.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm somewhere in this weird middle ground.
Totally.
You know? But yeah, I'm trying to date. It's so
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah. What's your favorite city to date in?
New York.
New York. Yeah.
New York. I have so much fun in New York.
Yeah.
I'm literally I go to New York every month now for work, but I'm like literally even when I don't have a super compelling work reason, I'm like I just want to go on some good dates.
Yeah.
People in New York are so much more fun.
Yeah.
To date.
Yeah.
I love the city of LA. I'm not an LA hater. I adore LA, but New York is just way more fun to date. People are more like I think they have more interests. They have more like. A lot of the guys I date in LA, sorry guys, love you.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys I've dated in LA have just been like a little boring.
Yeah.
Like the only thing they have to say is they're like, yeah, I'm trying to be an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like full stop. And I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Saying.
Yeah.
But like, is there anything else going on? Do you have maybe an interest or a hobby other than like your own success?
Yeah.
Right.
And the answer is no.
Right.
You know?
I find it too, though, like in New York, and I'm not saying this for everybody in LA, but in New York, it's so nice when you go on a date with somebody who like celebrates their queerness as much as you do. And here, sometimes like that isn't as like open with a lot of people. It's kind of like still like very inward.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Like everybody goes at their own pace. But in New York, it's just like the nightlife of it all, and everybody like exploring just like in a more communal sense.
Yeah.
Is what I feel. From dating in New York to dating here as well. But,
I am so glad you said that because there is a thing that I have experienced. I feel the same exact way. And there's a thing I experience sometimes because I don't know. I'm like I wouldn't say I'm mask, but I dress like this and I watch football and I live in Kansas City. Sometimes other gay guys will like, those gay guys that are like, I'm gay, but it's not who I am.
It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't define me. Yeah.
And it's like, first of all, yes, it does.
Yeah.
And second, but they
literally
they,
look at your wrist. They're like, it doesn't define
define
me.
you.
It does not define me.
It doesn't define you, and yet it's all you talk about. It's
Yeah,
not interesting.
yeah.
But they will sometimes like think that they found an ally in me to give me that like the not celebrating their queerness thing. Where they're
yeah.
like, yeah, we're just like guys who are gay. We don't have to talk about it. And I'm like, you have got the wrong one.
Yeah.
I do not
Yeah.
feel that way.
Yeah.
I hate that energy.
I really something that like has like in the dating scene too is when people are like, oh, like I just don't, I like, yeah, I'm gay and it doesn't define me, but also like I don't really hang out with gay people that much. I'm like, that's not a brag. That's not the brag that you think it is.
Also, it doesn't have to be. The thing is, like, there are a lot of things about the gay scene that I don't partake in just because they're not my interests.
Right.
Like, I don't love like raves. I don't watch Drag Race, things like that. That doesn't mean they're invalid or uninteresting.
Right.
It's just like I don't do that.
It's
that
not my
much.
thing.
Shut the up about it.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand the desire. Honestly, a personality trait I dislike across the board about just human beings is when you meet someone who defines themselves by what they don't like rather than what they love.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah.
You're a boring, uninteresting person.
Yeah.
That's so nasty and like gross. And that's not to say that I don't have things I dislike. I obviously talk a lot about things that I don't like. But when you like define your core identity around being like, yeah, I'm looking for other gay guys that are like not in the scene.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, shut the fuck
Yeah.
you. We're all going to go to the same camp when it comes to that. You know what I mean? It's like, you're with us, baby, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Me and you are going to be next to each other in the chow hall. So you need to get it together. I'm your family, whether you like it or not, bitch.
Yeah.
You know,
You want me as a friend.
you're going to want me in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, you all got all booed up. You're done. You found your guy.
I'm done.
That's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
So
He's
cute.
Y'all are so
sweetie.
cute together.
Oh, thank
Are you
you.
single?
I'm single, yes.
Okay, we're single, so we'll talk later.
Yeah.
And then you're done. You already did it.
I'm in a it's
How long have y'all been dating?
almost 2 years. Yeah.
That's sick. Do you
Yeah.
feel do you feel like married?
so happy. Yeah.
So
we're,
happy?
We're like married without the ring. Yeah, no, he's the best.
It's so exciting.
He's the sweetest.
What is your favorite thing about him?
His heart, definitely. He's just like the kindest.
AKA it's dick.
Oh, I have to say
He's got a huge heart.
Just the way he uses his heart and he knows what he's doing with it.
Yeah. No, he's
That tight little hairy hole.
he's
And
the-
his heart.
Yeah, and his heart, and his heart. No, he's just like the sweetest. He's the most wonderful, lovely person to be around. Like I just feel like his warmness like completely spills out of him in every situation he's in. Yeah, exactly.
His warmness spills out of him. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah, I bet.
No,
yeah.
everyone. He's. I love bringing him around every single person in my life. Everyone
He's
loves
the
him.
best.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish you talked that way about him privately, because off camera,
Yeah.
you were being really negative about him.
Yeah. I was saying, help me with this Instagram caption for his birthday. Should I include the part where I'm like, you make me want to die?
You make my life hell, but babe, it's always been you.
but babe, I love your heart. Yeah. But your heart, it's so big.
Oh my God.
He just got announced president.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Of his- of
literally-
Yale Business
he's,
School.
He's my boyfriend.
Oh, this is real?
Yes.
I was like, you got announced
Yesterday.
president. I was like, okay, new bid. I'm along.
Yeah, congratulations.
He's Joe Biden, yeah.
He is the Joe Biden of the
He's
Yale
president
Business
of
School.
Yale Business
Yale
something?
Business School. Yeah, he won yesterday.
God.
Yeah.
I sent him. Did he tell you this?
No.
Oh, I sent him a little lip sync of the end of J-Lo's inauguration singing.
yeah.
I said, "Let's get loud."
Did you see that?
What?
When at Joe Biden's
I
inauguration?
feel like I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
Because there's a voice in there, by the way. Don't play games with me.
Oh, yeah.
You can do a little bit all you want, but there's a voice in there. Gay guys love to do that.
Yeah.
We love.
Yeah, like you're like, ah, and then you like end it like as if you're joking.
Yeah.
Like,
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I love to try. I love to be like, what if I was singing right now and then try and see if
Yeah.
people like it?
Are you a singer?
No, I can sing a little bit. I can sing a very little bit. And of course now I would never do it because of
Yeah.
the context it came up
Right.
in. But I can sing like a tiny little bit, but it's embarrassing when you hang out with real musicians.
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
it's like-
and I feel like like
Like
some
Claude
real musicians.
and
Yeah. Like
I forgot the other two.
yeah. Beyonce. Yeah.
No, it's really. I think I just last night finished a tour with my friend who's a musician. We did like a co-headlining tour.
Yeah.
and it's so humiliating to be to be a comedian. Is just like music is so objectively cool, and when you write a beautiful song, you get to play it forever. When I write a great joke, it's like people are pretty sick of it once I've taken it to every place. You know what I mean? Like you just can't do it forever. But I will say, touring with musicians made me feel a little bit better about being a comedian because those people, they get there 10 hours before the show. They hang out at the venue all day.
Yeah.
They have to work the entire day.
Yeah.
They have to split their money among like 17 people. I'm like, I show up 10 minutes
it's just
before the
me,
show.
baby.
The
Yeah.
audience is already sitting there.
Yeah.
I walk in, the mic's on, I do the show, I take all the money. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
And doing stand-up comedy, like, is so vulnerable though too, because like as a musician, and not always. I mean, like there are solo acts for sure, but like you are literally only up there, like just you and that microphone. So it's
Yeah.
like when you started that, like, do you ever get nervous now? I know you were on a tour, which I didn't even know that it was last night.
No, there's
And
always another show.
I know, and I can't wait to come to the next because Carly texted me and was like, "Are you going?" And I was like, didn't even know, and I felt so horrible. I was like, and I did DM the Coronet on Instagram. They didn't answer me, so
No, this is how it goes though. I feel like this happens to me all the time because everyone's doing so much. Like in all of our friends are doing like a million things. I'll find out. I'll randomly be in New York and like one of my close friends will have a huge thing and I'll see it the next day.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the Like, how did I not know?
It's and you know what? A lot of it is the algorithm too.
Yeah.
Because like you post something and people are like, I didn't know that. And it's like, really? Because we've been posting about it for like
Every
so
day.
There's also
long.
something bad. Like the bad thing that I do is I'll see like a friend is doing a show or doing something, whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, I'll get tickets, and then I've completely myself. Like I should buy it the minute that I see it.
Yeah.
Just be like, set it, put it in the calendar, be done with it.
Yeah.
Because it's always like what ends up happening too is then I always have to like ask people, and I feel like a loser or just like weird or whatever, being like, hey, can I get a comp?
Yeah.
But like.
Oh, I'm sure they're happy to comp. I'm
Yeah.
always happy to comp if I can. Starting stand-up was like, I don't know. I don't get nervous at all anymore. I actually was just joking to someone yesterday. They were like, this guy that I'm talking to, it was like, oh my God, are you nervous? It's going to be such a big crowd tonight. And I was like, no, actually, the funny thing is now I get nervous if it's not a big crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, if there's a 700 seat room and we sold 650 tickets, I'm not going to comment on it. But in my head, I'm like,
Yeah.
those 50 seats are gonna look, you know?
Yeah.
That stresses me out because I want it to be full because I believe in the material now.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think the scary thing about people being there when you're starting out is that you're not very good yet.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so you're like, don't more people see me do bad at this. But I actually started stand up in a really funny way. My friend Casey Sorrell, hi Casey.
Hey.
She ran a burlesque show in Springfield, Missouri, in Southern Missouri, where I went to college.
Nice.
And she was like, we have this burlesque show at this, there's this area of Springfield, Missouri called C Street. She was like, we have this burlesque show down on C Street and we need a host. Do you want to come do stand up? We'll give you $20.
Okay.
And I was like a broke college kid. I was like, I need $20.
And had you ever like prepared any jokes or anything like that, or were you just like I like making people laugh?
No, I was just fun. I did improv
Yeah,
on campus,
same.
and I was doing improv with my. Of course, she did improv. I was doing improv with my buddies, and Casey thought I was funny,
Yeah.
and she was just such a sweetheart. And her show was really popular.
Yeah.
They ran a great show, and it's called Cherry Bomb Burlesque. I think they still do it. And I was like, I need $20.
Yeah.
And also, I've always kind of thought maybe I would do something in the performing. So I was getting paid to start stand up, which is completely like doesn't happen.
doesn't
That's
happen.
amazing.
And it was horrible. All my jokes were bad, but I was figuring it out.
Yeah.
And it was
I mean,
fun.
it is very much an instrument. Like you have to fine tune. You have to work at it very hard.
Yeah.
Like very, very hard. Was there a moment where you were like, okay, I no longer feel like I'm bad, or I feel very comfortable in this, or
I think I probably did stand up for the first time.
how many years has it been?
Now it'll be 2018, and so 6 years, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think for 6 years, and I
I mean,
didn't.
for 6 years. I mean,
6
you're
years.
killing it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But I really, truly, it was like 2 years ago that I felt like I'm a
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
I'm not just like trying at this. I'm like
Right.
actually a professional comedian. I can walk into a room, and even if people don't want to laugh, I can make them laugh.
Yeah.
Totally.
But it took that long of doing
Yeah.
a lot of shows. And if I have a couple friends starting stand up right now who have done like other comedy stuff,
Right.
and I'm always encouraged. There's some stand ups that are like, no one else do it. We're oversaturated. I'm
Right.
like, everyone can
Yeah.
join.
Why not? Yeah.
But there's my friends who are starting right now are like, I just want to be like where you're at, where like it's a joke every, like it's not just like 5 minutes with 5 jokes. It's 5 minutes with 5 big jokes and then 10 little ones in between.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks, but
yeah.
it's time.
How does that transfer? So you have, first of all, it's so exciting to announce you have a movie coming out, Trash Mountain.
I have a a movie coming out.
Lily Wachowski is the director, right?
Yes, Lily Wachowski. So we
Lily
haven't filmed it yet.
Okay.
We are working on it. We're like still gathering funding and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Lily Wachowski is
The Matrix.
I know, I'm gonna cry.
So
Yeah.
cool.
I love, and Lily is like the most, I literally could cry. The most beautiful human being. Like, just like, I love her so much.
Yeah.
She's so wonderful. She is like a total like queer icon and like a hero of mine.
Yeah.
And when I wrote the script with my friend Ruby Castor, who's an absolute genius, when my dad passed away like 2 years ago, and I pretty much immediately was like, I need to write about this. I feel crazy.
Yeah.
And so I was writing really early in the grieving process. And Ruby is such a smart screenwriter. I was like, "Will you write this with me? It's not going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
I'm going to be really picky,
Right.
And it's just going to be kind of a horrible thing to work on me with. I think, but I need your help.
But I would appreciate it.
And she was so down, and she just made it so good. And we wrote it together. And when we finished it, I was like, we could go out and pitch this everywhere if we wanted to, and we could go through that months long process
Right.
of setting up every meeting in town. But I was like, I just want to take it to my friends.
Yeah.
And so I sent it to Colin Trevorrow, who is a fabulous producer. He's based in London now, but he did the Jurassic World movies.
Oh, cool.
And he
Oh, right. You were in that. You were in.
he cast me in Jurassic World, which was so nice of him. literally just called me and was like, "Do you want to be in Jurassic World?" I was like, "Yeah,
Of course.
well, I'm sure, why not?" You know?
Yeah.
And so he put me, because he had known me from the internet, and he put me in Jurassic World, and he's a director and producer and an absolute genius. And when I was doing Jurassic, we got to hang out a little bit in London, and I got to talk to him about films, and I think he's a genius. So I sent it to him, and I sent it to Lily, and I was like, "Do you guys like it? Is it total? Is it bad? Is it good? Like, tell me something."
Yeah.
And they both loved it pretty much immediately, and yeah, we started working on packaging it, and now we're just like figuring it out.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And so it's about your relationship with your father. Are you set to star in it?
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
star in it, and it's
So amazing.
So cool.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's
I'm really
so
excited.
exciting.
It's this big emotion. I cried every single time I worked on it. It's a big emotional movie about my dad, and I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Because I have a. You guys are so disarming. I'm ready to give away all the secrets. But no, it's about my dad. My dad and I had a very complicated relationship. He was a hoarder. He was agoraphobic. Just a lot of mental illness, but like a deeply smart and funny person. And he really had a very strong sense of. He was not very good at being a parent, which we talked about often. But he just had a really strong sense of right and wrong. And I think the thing I'm most like appreciative of our relationship for is that he really taught me, like, even though he was like a mean guy, he was a very kind person, if that makes sense. Like he was gruff and kind of like tough to be around, but he always took care of people and did the right thing when it was like time to do it. And I think he taught me how to be a good person.
Yeah.
And I loved him to death.
Yeah.
Well, ultimately. Ultimately, really, literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of about less about even our relationship and just my experience of his passing, because it was such a weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, writing your way through it. I mean, that's incredible that you could also sit down and do that for yourself.
Yeah, it was really. I think there were people in my life when I was doing it who were like, "Hey, you don't need to do that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, I totally. It's not because I feel like I have to be productive or I have to
Right.
squeeze this into some product." When I first started working on it and then working on it with Ruby, I wasn't even sure if I was going to send it to people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, I'm writing this because I'm processing right now, and this is how I make sense of this shit. But then I actually liked it, so I was like, well, we can probably make this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry for your loss,
Yeah.
really.
Thank you.
And what a beautiful way to
Yeah.
cherish your relationship with him. And I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't wait to see
it
it.
sounds so beautiful.
It
so
does sound. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
congratulations on
Yeah.
that. And
Thank you.
Yeah. of
I'm
course.
excited. Yeah, I just it's really fun to be able to do it with people you love. So I'm hoping
Yeah,
we can get it made.
Are you ready? Are you ready to be a leading man?
I'm not ready to be leading it. My dream, honestly, is to be like number 3, number 4 on the call sheet, and just come in and tell a joke every couple
Yeah,
scenes. That's
yeah,
what I want.
yeah.
And this is a drama. Like this is a.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's like a more dramatic. So I'm ready. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's
You're
just
gonna
so
kill it.
funny, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so goofy for me
Yeah.
to be like, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Like everyone, be quiet. He's here.
Oh, he's
Stand
on
up.
set.
Stand up.
Yeah, I'm
Stand
gonna
up
be a
and clap.
nightmare.
Stand up and clap. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, where's my coffee?
Yeah.
What the? I've been here for 5 minutes.
When you're on set, like as the 4th on the call sheet, you just get to be like the goofy one that everyone loves. But when you're the lead, you have to be evil.
Yeah.
It's like vulnerable too. There's like the stand-up thing. It's like this is
Yeah.
like a whole new side that people are gonna get to know, which
Yeah.
is so exciting, but I know probably so like frightening as well. So like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's weird. It's weird to, I think, put out something because stand up is vulnerable, but it feels like everyone's expecting you to joke about stuff. So
Yeah.
everything's kind of a joke, you
Right.
know? But writing something that's like, no, this is an actual time that I cried the hardest I've ever cried, and we're going to recreate it for camera
Yeah.
is like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty, like, that's what it is.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding
Yeah.
around.
I'm not kidding.
Not
here.
kidding around,
Yeah.
y'all. Yeah.
And then also you, incredible. And you also wrote on human
Resources.
which I'm obsessed with the whole series. I
thank
like
you.
absolutely love it. It's so funny, and I'm so excited to every time there's a new season of Big Mouth in general. So like the whole thing of it all is so
The whole
cool.
cinematic universe.
Yeah, I love
yeah.
it so much, and like that's so cool. You got to write on it as well.
Yeah, Nick is a genius, and Andrew Goldberg and Mark Levin and Jennifer Flackett, the whole team over there, Kelly Galeska, who show ran Human Resources, they're all so smart and funny and good at what they do. I mean, Andrew worked on Family Guy forever, and Kelly worked on BoJack Horseman. Like, they are just so. That was the first writing job I ever had, and I got it from basically from Twitter. And yeah, I kind of, when they interviewed me, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, just
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah.
And they were like, that's fine, we'll teach you. And no one gets to learn writing TV that way
Right.
anymore, I feel like.
No.
I feel like you have to be an assistant or you have to like be, win some kind of script competition or something. And they just were like, you seem funny,
yeah.
and we can teach you the rest. And that is like the most rare thing ever now. So I was like, thank you.
Yeah, so cool.
Thank you so
No, that
much.
is so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome to work on that.
Speaking of Twitter, we met through Twitter.
We did meet through Twitter.
How do you miss Twitter?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
Not a second
I
of
miss
many.
only you.
Yeah.
I miss you and not Twitter. Do you miss it?
Not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. No, I feel like there was a part of it where it was fun for a bit. And then I was like, this is too much. I also got obsessed with like checking my likes and like, oh, who liked this and who did this and whatever. But it was also just like this exhausting. I also was like, why am I doing all this for free?
Yeah.
That's like, it felt like I was like, I could hopefully monetize this somewhere else. I mean, not that I really did, but
ideally, I could.
yeah.
No, I think it trains your brain. Being on the internet at all, I think a lot of TikTokers are going through this right now. But it trains your brain to be a not very. What trains you to be paranoid because you're constantly looking for like, okay, how many people are saying this is bad? Do I need to delete it? Is because you're doing this risk analysis of like. If 50% of people are saying it's funny and 50% are saying it's bad, that's just good content.
Yeah.
But if it's 53 on the bad, maybe I need to take it down before it gets out of control.
Totally.
And it's this paranoia that it breeds in you, and it also forces you to boil down. Like as an artist, what I do on the internet, I don't view as being artistic personally. There are plenty of people who do artistic things on the internet. I think drag queens do artistic things on the internet. I think there are a lot of, but what I do on there feels like this goofy thing I do on the side to bring attention to my actual art for me.
Right.
And so, but in that way, it forces you to boil your thoughts down to these little digestible, like shareable things that maybe are relatable, right? So it forces you to do these things that you're like, wow, what can I think of today? What can I film
What
in
can
my
I say
house
next? Yeah.
that 2 million people will be like, oh my God, me too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that inherently is creating from a place that like I didn't find very healthy. And as I've gotten off the internet more, I'm not on the internet much, which is funny because with the podcast, people think I'm on there all the time.
Right. Yeah.
I don't post any of that stuff.
Right.
I don't run my socials. But the biggest thing that has changed is I like people more.
Yeah.
I don't think so negatively about people.
I mean, there are corners of the internet, and a lot of Twitter eventually turned into, and especially with Elon Musk taking over, it just became like a hellscape. I mean, I'll go back on Twitter every once in a while. I'll get some news from there, and I'll see like a viral tweet, whatever, and the responses, I'm just like, this is out of control.
Yeah.
It's a very scary place. It also like, I feel like it opened the door for me at least a lot, and I feel like I can say that I'm lucky, and maybe it's a little naive, but to be in like a bubble and feel safe and not have like terrible things said about me all the time. But there are corners of the internet where I'm just like, I can't believe that people like this exist and that they like are so publicly like their face, their name, everything. They just have no problem saying what they say on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, like recently, and we were saying this earlier, about people just like sharing negative thoughts. I don't know, like something is in the air right now, especially like on TikTok, like specifically about people just sharing negative thoughts instead of just like scrolling past it. Like if you don't like it, just have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But now it's like anybody makes like one move and it's like, I'm gonna make a negative video about it to get views or likes or something. And it's like, why don't you just scroll past it?
Right.
Like, why do you need to make these videos? Because now it is sad that like a lot of it is negativity. Like scrolling through, it's just like, it's somebody said something terrible and then people obviously coming for those people or then people like defending those people. And it's just like, why don't we just like, do what we want and like the videos you like or scroll past, like just shut the up.
Yeah.
Like just let people live their life.
Yeah.
And it makes it like sad because it was such a fun place. And now it still goes in and out of that, but it's just like, it's disheartening because like you said, like to be in a bubble with people you love so much, you're just so happy. And then to get on there and just like even be like just a little triggered by a comment or something, it's just so like heartbreaking because it's just like personally, it's wild to just like comment on how somebody like lives their life. Like I may disagree with like views or something like that, but just like I'm not thinking about that as I like go about my day. And it feels like people are doing that now. And it's just like, it just sucks. It makes it like a less happy place.
Yeah.
Like that could be full of artistry or something that is silly that takes to your place of work or anything like that,
I think it's like it's a real, to me, a byproduct of this late stage capitalism that we're in of like everybody, nobody's being paid enough. Nobody can afford to live well. Things are really tough out there for most people.
Yeah.
And so everybody is hoping that they can just pop off in the internet. And they're
Right.
like, God, if I could just make, there's so many people that it's just like they talk about it, that they're like, if I could just make $2,000 a month off my online presence, I
Right.
could quit my job that I hate, And so it encourages, anything, it's views and likes above all else. And so it's like, they know that if they, there was this TikToker who I've never heard. That's the other thing is people will go like, oh my God, this famous TikToker. And it will be someone with 5 million followers. I'm like, I don't know that person.
That happens to me all the time. I go to someone's Instagram and it says like 35 million followers, and I'm like, okay, am I old or am I out of touch or what is it?
No,
I don't-
everyone's famous now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's crazy
Yeah.
how many people are living as famous people that I'm like, no, I don't know you.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't know you.
Yeah.
But there's 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
You can have 5 million followers, and a lot of us don't know
Yeah,
you.
totally.
But I think like it rewards this kind of like negativity and nastiness. Like there was something like a couple days ago where this TikToker had posted this really fat phobic video, which is like
Right.
people on the internet, if there's one thing they hate, it's fat people. And
yeah.
I'm going to hear about it. But then people are sending it to me and being like, have you seen this? Do you care about this? Or can you get this guy? I'm like,
I don't give
get this guy.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm having a nice day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't care what this guy thinks
Yeah.
about fat people. This like random ass dude who seems really unhappy. And he's also a fat person. I think this person, they were telling me, again, don't know him.
Yeah.
But a fat person
You're getting
goes-
all this information
they're
from
telling
other
me,
people. Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, he's a fat person that lost weight," and those are some of the most some of the worst fat phobes on the internet are former fat people,
Right.
And it's like you haven't processed the fact that you still hate yourself,
Right.
But just all that kind of nastiness, where I'm like, all that to say, I'm encouraged by, and I feel happy about. I think that there's going to have to come a shift where we've been so online and we've been so in our phones. I really think people are lonely, and I think people are craving connection, real life connection,
Yeah.
sitting in rooms, going to live shows together, going and meeting strangers at bars. You can still meet people
Right.
out in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can still go to a bar, and I go out all the time and
Yeah.
make friends that just by being in a place. So I think I'm encouraged. I think there's going to be a real return to like analog in real life friendship and connection, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's coming.
I also think it's something that I feel like I've read on the internet is like for younger generations. It also with COVID, it's very much like we were on our phones. We were born with our iPhones in our hands. Yada yada yada. The one thing that I think is like you're saying, it's encouraging too. Is that I think a lot of younger people are like, well, I can't change this. Like this is just who I am, and like I'm stuck inside and yada yada. It's like it's never too late. And like people are always going to be out and about. And I do agree with you. And I also think it is time for that return to like normalcy from years ago. I'm so sick of being on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm so over it. Yes, I'm addicted to my phone. I use it way too much. But there are times I feel like now more so than ever, I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm doing on here anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of this is.
It's like a crutch now.
Yeah.
It's like if you're like uncomfortable or anxious, it's
Yeah.
like, where's my phone?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I need that to like feel comfortable sometimes, or like at an event and it's like, oh, I'm like standing there, I'm like, let me look at my
Yeah.
phone. I'm not looking at anything. Or I'd like pretend to take a call,
Yeah.
being like,
Yeah.
oh hey, like
Yeah.
what's going on? But like it's
Who?
Yeah.
No!
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
you need me there now?
I'm on my way.
Coming.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Like, no
yeah.
one's looking.
Everyone's like, okay, bye.
But yeah, no, I think too, like we are like due for that like resurgence of that like human connection because like I think nothing will ever be able to replace that. So like as soon as everybody like, there's gonna be that moment where it's just like the craving. I crave it too, even some days. Like when I'm just like all alone filming during the day, and then I'm like, oh, I'm tired from filming. I'm gonna stay home, and then it's like I shouldn't have stayed home.
Yeah.
I'm like craving that like thing because then you wake up and you're like, I don't want to do this.
yeah.
This is like when I have friends that are struggling with mental health, or because I have struggled with mental health a lot, and I'm like, this is the 3 things that I think will help if someone is like really going through it. Is I'm like, put your phone away, literally turn it off for the day. You are not that needed. You are not the president.
Right.
Put your phone away. Go on a walk. Literally walk around
Yeah.
outside if you can. If not, go if it's like winter or something and you absolutely can't, go to the gym,
Yeah.
walk on the treadmill or something. Literally just walk. And the 3rd thing is become a regular somewhere.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
become a regular somewhere in the real world. Become a regular at now, of course, there are like smaller parts of the population that have different abilities or different things and they can't do this, right?
Right.
They are immunocompromised or something. And you always have to qualify that because people will come for you. But I'm like, if you can, go become a regular somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, and there are of course digital spaces to be regulars as
Right.
well. Like you can have like your gaming
it's not
communities or
the
whatever.
same.
It's not. And
No.
if that's what you have,
Right.
go all in on it.
100%.
If that's your situation, but go become a regular somewhere. Go to a bar 3 nights a week if you can, or whenever you're sitting at home and going, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be sitting here alone. I should be talking to another human being. Go to the same restaurant and get to know the staff, learn their name, ask questions about them. It will improve your life to a degree that you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Being a regular somewhere is like the most special, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you matter there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love being all the places I'm a regular at. I'm just
name some of the places that you're a regular at.
oh my God, where am I a regular
Yeah.
at? My favorite coffee shop in Kansas City, Blip.
Okay.
I think I'm definitely a regular there. I'm a regular at, gosh, where am I also my regular at? It's down the street from me. I always, Kuya Lord. Y'all been there?
No.
Kuya Lord in LA.
Okay.
Incredible.
What part of town?
East Hollywood.
Okay.
Incredible Filipino food.
Oh.
The chef's name is Lord Maynard. He's incredible. It's
Okay.
a tiny little, it's probably the size of this set. It's
Yeah.
a small little restaurant. It's been on a bunch of lists. Amazing
Okay, good
Filipino
to know.
food.
Need
Yeah.
to go.
If anyone listening lives in LA, you got to go to Kuya Lord.
Yeah.
I love that place, but I'm in there all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like anywhere that you can go and
Yeah.
like just see people.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta be more like my dad. My dad loves to go into restaurants and walk into the kitchen
Yeah.
and meet people,
Yeah.
which is so inappropriate, whatever. But I mean, and by the way, they all end up loving him. Like my dad is friends with all wait staff, all chefs, everything like that.
Yeah.
But you just gotta be aggressive like my dad and just walk up and go into the kitchen.
Also, yeah, I'm so Midwestern dad
Yeah,
coded.
yeah.
I can't help myself. So I was driving from San Francisco to LA with my friend, and she had a bunch of stuff in her arms that she was gonna buy. And as she's walking up to the counter, I just can't even help myself but to say things like this now to the cashier. I was like, this stuff's all free for her, right?
Yeah.
Stupid, shut up. You know what I mean? But the cashier laughed, and I was like, okay, I got one off. You know?
By the way, I mean, also cashiers and stuff like that. Like even when you give them like the small, like it's insane. I feel like no one acknowledges them anymore, or they're just like, give me this, whatever. I'm sure that like that joke made the day.
Just
And
anything to
they were like,
break up.
he's a comedian.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
No, anything to break up the monotonous kind of like I don't know, the transactional relationship.
Yeah.
The monotony of the transactional relationship. Just walking in on your phone, grabbing your shit, throwing it on the counter, being like, thanks.
Yeah.
And walking anything to,
Right.
to switch that up.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
I love asking. Sometimes it gets me in a sticky situation, but I always ask what's their favorite thing. I'm like, what do you like the best? And then I like usually don't end up. ordering.
Yeah. Oh, I love doing that.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
actually do
I'm
this.
definitely not gonna have that. That
Yeah.
sounds disgusting.
But I also
Yeah.
love the dad jokes. Like when we were kids, we used to like roll our eyes. But like when it's like, oh, it's like clear the plate, and it's like he hated it.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Can we send it back?
like, can we get a full refund? It's
Yeah.
like, okay. But now it's like those things are
Yeah,
like
they're cute.
totally.
Yeah.
For people in the service industry, like dealing with like the nightmares that
Yeah.
people are in general, like little jokes like that, I'm sure. And becoming a regular. That's so nice.
Also, just embracing corniness.
Yeah.
I'm like, I used to when I was a little bit younger, I was so obsessed with being cool. I wanted to be cool so bad, and I didn't want to be corny. I didn't want to be lame. Whatever. I'm like, I don't give a. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
I would love to be corny,
Yeah.
goofball.
Yeah.
I don't care anything to not just be boring.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
corny's great.
Yeah.
I actually love corny.
Yeah.
Not maybe all the time, but
Yeah.
I'm like, why
Yeah,
not?
corny,
If
yeah.
you have to go there, go corny.
I'll be a big cornball.
yeah.
I'll be a cornball. I'm on the cob.
Yeah.
I feel like cringe is like the word, but I feel like everybody's cringe. So like just
Yeah.
embrace it.
Yeah.
It's like we're all just doing it. So whatever.
Well, Caleb, so you and I met because I saw the funniest, one of the, oh God, I'm doing it again. One of the funniest,
Yeah. It was, so I saw something for you that was like, it was funny enough, but
one of the funniest things you've ever done was the way that you ended up on my screen. It was a famous Twitter video, which was POV. You're telling me a story, and I'm just saying you did it right when you did something completely
yeah, I
wrong.
think it was like POV, your friend is clearly in the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally. No, yeah, right. I agree. And it would be different if, right. Yes. And it would be, right. And then I was like, no, you're totally right. Yeah.
So we wanted to play a little game with you. This game it's called Who's in the Wrong.
Fuck,
Okay, so
okay.
we're gonna give you situations.
Ooh, okay.
And there's two people, and you have to tell us, and you have to think about it. Which person is like definitely in the wrong?
I'm
You can only
ready.
choose one.
Let's go.
You have a trip planned with your husband that you're really excited about. When you show up to the airport, you see his mom waiting there with her luggage to surprise you. You walk out of the airport. Who's in the wrong?
He was. Never surprised me with somebody.
Yeah.
If you really knew me, you'd know I don't want to be surprised with somebody. I like to prepare different energies. I like to get myself straight.
Yeah.
He was in the wrong. Next. I'm a judge with this. I'm like,
I love it.
This is no problem for me.
Your sister-in-law always conveniently forgets her wallet when you two go out to dinner, and whenever the bill comes, she says she didn't bring it and she doesn't pay. In advance, you knew this would happen, so you brought her wallet with you, and when the bill comes and she says she doesn't have it, you bring it out and say she can help pay. Who's in the wrong?
I'm in the wrong. The person who brings the wallet for
Yeah.
the sister-in-law is in the wrong. Because it's like, you should just have a normal conflict.
Yeah.
You should just be like, hey, why are you
don't
doing
pay for
this
shit.
every time? You don't
Yeah.
pay for shit.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, there might be a reason she can't pay. That's
Right.
passive-aggressive I don't like.
Yeah.
You brought her wallet.
Yeah.
That's a sociopathic
Yeah.
move. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's like we were talking about earlier, like relationships. It's like, I hate them. And it's like, what should I do? It's like, maybe have a conversation.
Yeah.
Just say what's up.
Yeah.
Tell
Why are you
them.
being weird?
Okay, a friend has a party and tells no one to wear black and asks nicely because that's what they're going to be wearing. You feel only comfortable in black. So you wear black to the party and your friend freaks out. Who's in the wrong?
You don't go to the party if you feel that way.
Work.
The host had a specific ask. If a host asks you to do something, you do it. As a host, you also should be nicer to your guests and ask if people are cool with it. But just don't go. That's weird.
Work.
I love how quick you are.
This
with
is
you're
easy for me.
so
I'm like, I gotta
good.
think about this.
This is
Maybe
easy
that
for
says
me.
something about
This is
me.
easy for me. I love it.
We were like coming up with them and I was like, I don't know. I feel like I would be here. I was like, I don't really know.
Yeah, we were both like, I feel like either of them could be the villain. You're like, absolutely. Yeah, there's one, and that's the right
Well, baby,
answer.
I want this to be a viral clip for y'all. I can't be wishy-washy on the viral clip.
So your friend dumps their boyfriend because he's gay, and now that they are no longer together, he comes to you and he wants to date you. The original friend won't allow it. Who's in the wrong?
This one actually is tricky.
Okay, work.
Okay, we got it. You guys, we got him. We stumped him.
I came up with this one.
I think ultimately, this is so gray area. I would say if you're the friend, the gay friend who's getting now hit on by the ex-boyfriend, I would say do whatever your girlfriend wants you to do. Like if she really is that bent out of shape about it and
Right.
she's your friend, I wouldn't do it. But I also think as the girlfriend, it's like, well, he's gay.
He's gay,
Like,
yeah.
it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I think the weird one is the boyfriend who came out as gay.
Yeah, he's,
Oh, yeah.
He's
for
weird.
being gay.
He's weird for being gay.
Yeah.
Just that you were
It's
already in a
just
straight
like, hide it,
relationship.
hide
Stay
it.
that way.
Yeah.
You had everything,
Yeah.
and you ruined it.
And I don't want to be mean. I want to see him in heaven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, stay with your girlfriend.
There's honestly not enough room in hell for all of us.
No, I'm
people
gonna be
gotta-
there.
Yeah. People gotta stop. People gotta stop coming out. There's no more space.
There's no more space in hell.
Okay, so this is the last one.
My brother brings over his shitty kid who is always a terror. The kid is told not to throw the wine on the couch. Nick did this. Nick came up with this one. My brother brings over his shitty kid who is always a terror. The kid is told not to throw wine on the couch and still does. I call him a little cunt. Who's in the wrong?
Right, the kid. No,
See, that's what I think.
don't ruin Uncle Nick's couch. How about that?
Don't throw wine on the couch.
No, do you know what's so funny though?
Just that's all I say to him the whole time.
I have two little cousins. They're Joel and Elliot. Love them to death, and they come and stay at my house in Kansas City all the time because they live like an hour away out in outside the city. And their parents bring them over and they stay for a couple of days when I'm in town. I love them to death, and I have always been a go with the flow, like whatever person. Because my dad was really strict about weird shit. But I will say, now that I have bought nice furniture for my nice home that I love, when these kids are eating popcorn on the couch, I'm like, put it in a bowl. You know, I'm like, what are you doing? They're like crunching pretzels into the carpet. But so out loud I'm being like, oh, it's so cute. Kids will be kids. And in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna hit you. Your parents don't hit you, but we're gonna start. Get that pretzel out of my
Manners.
Have you lost your goddamn mind? Like I start to shit that my mom even. They'll like leave the door open for too long while they're playing. I'm like, the AC is on. Am I cooling the neighborhood?
Turn the lights off.
Yeah, I'm like,
Are you going to be in that room anymore? Because
Yeah.
why am I paying for it?
So did the kitchen floor seem like where we should leave our socks? To you? Because it didn't to me. It just drives me crazy. I'm like losing my mind. They get up on my beautiful couch.
Jumping up and down.
Jumping up and down
God.
with their little gross shoes. I'm
No.
like, I'm gonna hit you.
When you know how much you spent on like a nice piece of furniture.
They don't understand the value of $1. They don't know how hard I worked.
Yeah, your allowance is not going to add up to this.
Okay, so that mattress you just spilled Kool-Aid on, I did a brand partnership for that. And I didn't want to.
That was a good 45 minutes of work.
I posted content for that.
Yeah, I had to set up my ring light for that.
But the couch is really important though. Because
Yeah.
like it's even when I'm hooking up with somebody and it gets like a little, if I'm going down or he is, and it gets like a little like saliva-y, I'm like, we got to move to the bed because
Get off the couch.
the suede couch can't handle this. Or
We need
like, it's
towels.
like, where's the lube? And I'm like, it's in there and we got to go.
Yeah.
We're not doing it here, babes, because there's no mess on this.
It's in
couch.
there in a fully tiled room that I can just spray down at the end. It's nowhere near my beautiful couch.
We like open the door, it's fully tarped.
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here. And we have a special, exciting news for you.
have great news.
You have been nominated and won,
And you won!
a Breathe If You Agree award.
What is it?
You've won the best male performance in a motion picture upcoming.
Oh my God.
Congratulations!
We'd love if you would give a speech to that camera over there.
Sorry. Because I always dreamed of this. Thank you guys so much. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank everybody at all the coffee shops that I go to. And I want to thank you guys, of course. I forget your names, but you're so lovely. And I just want to thank the producers of this show because when I walked in today, they told me that they said I'm not funny. They said I'll never win an award on this show. And they called me a and I'm standing here today because they didn't believe in me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Connor.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this is so cute, y'all.
I'm glad.
It's gorgeous, just like you. Well, thank you so much for being here. We adore you. It's so good to see you. We're so excited for all the upcoming projects. Please let everyone know where they can find you, what they need to listen to, what they need to do.
Yes, okay. I'm at Caleb Says Things on absolutely everything. Go over there if you want to. Find me in real life somewhere. I would prefer it. My podcast, So True, is on the internet. Go look at that. And we just, when is this coming out?
A week and a half.
A week and a half. Oh my God. So by the time this comes out, it will be easily out. I have a movie coming out this summer in theaters with my friend Rachel Sennett, Sabrina Jalise, my friend Ali Pankey wrote and directed it. Olga Petza's in it. It's a great movie. So it's called I Used to Be Funny. So go see it in a theater near you.
Yeah.
Those are my things. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much again for being here. It's been an honor, truly.
Thank you for having me. I wish I could say the same. I wish I could say the same. You guys were toxic. But it was cute.
We're gonna go cry after this. That's for sure. Yeah.
Well,
thank you guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
And everybody, you can stream, of course, where podcasts are streamed, and you can watch live videos on the YouTube channel at Past Your Bedtime. And yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you.
Thank
Mwah.
you.
Bye.
Oh, that was so fun. I did not know y'all were gay.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Hit it hard like a bad girl.